65% of the kids in Kenya do not have the opportunity to graduate from high school because their families cannot afford to pay school fees. Imagine what your child's future would be like if their education ended at 8th grade. Most of us on this call have never really had to think about that because we were raised to believe that education is a birthright. Everyone at KEF firmly believes that it is, and it should be for everyone, not just some of us. No one believes this more than KEF's founders, the real Bradley Broder. Brad, do you want to say hi?
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to see you guys on this call. Thank you for joining, and thank you so much for your generous donations. Talk to you soon.
Oh, sorry. And Dominic Moisia. Dominic, do you want to say hi?
Hello, everyone. This is Dominic Moisia joining you from Loitoktok. Thank you for joining.
We are going to hear more from Brad and Dominic throughout the call. They met 22 years ago and they decided together to help as many Kenyan students go to high school as possible. And so Kenya Education Fund was born. KEF later merged with two other organizations that were guided by the same mission, NKCEF and Children of Kibera. So just to clarify for people, KEF is not a school. We provide full 4-year high school scholarships to 8th grade students all over Kenya based on need and merit. KEF scholarships are for full tuition and room and board, and students are provided with everything they need for their education, like uniforms, shoes, textbooks, mosquito nets, sanitary pads. KEF scholarships are for boarding schools, so students also get 3 meals a day. They have their own bed, they have access to bathrooms and electricity, and all of these things are not a given at home. All KEF students also benefit from mentorship and life skills workshops. Due to COVID, KEF has not been able to do an in-person fundraiser since November of 2019. We currently have 90 incoming first-year students. This event is in an effort to raise money for their 4-year education and allow us to plan ahead to support as many students, more incoming students, next year that we can. Thank you so much for all your gifts. If you would still like to donate, we promise we'll keep the GoFundMe link in the chat during the whole tour. A quick note, this is a very ambitious and experimental event. Connectivity is not great in the areas that we're traveling to. We are borrowing smartphones and headphones for all the students and alumni to use. For many of them, this is their first experience with Zoom. We've had a lot of interesting production snafus besides everybody being called Bradley Broder. Yesterday, we were doing a run through and this is the text that we got from Dominic. He was late because there were a dozen elephants in his way. So who knows what's gonna happen today? Stick with us, maybe you'll see an elephant. We're hoping not today. The ultimate goal of this virtual tour is for KEF supporters and donors to meet our students and families in Kenya, see where they live and work, hear about the type of education and opportunities that a KEF opportunity supports. We're connecting live today so that we can have a real conversation and speak to each other. So we encourage you to keep your cameras on, keep yourself muted until the Q&A section. If you have questions throughout the chat, throughout the time on our tour, feel free to put them in the chat and we'll answer them in real time in the chat. I know sometimes it's hard to ask a question about something you don't know about, but know that this is a safe space and every question is a good one. Stay on till the end because we're doing a raffle for Powerbeats earbuds. I am now going to introduce you to Francis Nyatnya. Francis is KEF's logistics director, and he's a proud KEF alumni. Francis is going to act as our tour guide, and he is going to tell us where we're going on each stop and who we are going to meet. So Francis, take it away.
Thank you very much, Alison, for that beautiful introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Francis Nyanga, working for KEF in the Kenyan office. Now, our first stop on our tour is Kibera, which is in Nairobi. While Nairobi is the economic hub of East and Central Africa, the majority of our students come from the informal settlement. And our first guests come from Nairobi, in one of the biggest slums in Africa, which also happens to be among the biggest in the world. Kibera, which also means Nubian forest in the Nubian language, is one among the 24 slums situated in Nairobi and has a total population of more than 250,000. Collectively, all the Nairobi slums account for almost 2.5 million people, and that is 60% of the entire population in Nairobi. Most of our students in the Kenyan cities reside in these conditions. Majority of the residents in Kibera live in small single houses of average 144 square feet. These small rooms made of mud or corrugated iron accommodate more than 5 people on average. They uniquely arrange the houses to have a sitting area, a kitchen, and the bed section. Toilets in this environment are mostly pit latrines and are shared. Some areas, they have to be paid for. Those who are not able to pay for the toilets results in the use of flying toilets. You must be wondering what are those? This is waste placed in plastic bags and tossed over during the night. They end up in people's roofs or the streets. Now, Austin is one of our brightest alumni, an energetic young man who is always willing to share his time and knowledge with the younger generation in his community. After a successful completion of high school and a KEF scholarship, he proceeded to a Kenyan public university where he was provided with a bridge scholarship. A bridge scholarship is when KEF pays for the first year of university to help the scholars transit smoothly. Let's hear from Austin himself, who is going to show us around his home in Kibera. Austin, over here. I hope you're on.
I am on.
Yeah, karibu sana.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I am Austin Wade from Kenya. I am alumni of Kenya Education Fund. Currently, I am studying mechanical engineering at Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. With me today, I also have one of our alumni. I'll just say hi before I take you through our place. So, Sheila.
Hello everyone, my name is Sheila Aino, a KF alumni. I graduated from campus first class. I went to Moi University and I did first class honors.
Thank you, Sheila. Sheila, today I was able to come across Sheila and I decided it was good if she could say hi. So I'll take you, I live in Kibera and I'll take you guys into my home and you'll see how I grew up. On the way to Kibera, to my place, I'll show you guys where we fetch our water. We usually get water on few days of the week, on 3 days of the week, and today is a good day. And there is water. People fetch water from their jerry cans, and they store them. They have to pay because it's privately owned. The bathrooms too. The bathrooms too are privately owned, and you have to pay for you to use them. So these are how our bathrooms look like, and they're privately owned. You have to pay. I'll also take you guys. I'll show you the way Francis said. Francis said we have pit latrines. Yes. So pit latrines, you have to also pay for the pit latrines so that you can use them. If you have a look here, these are pit latrines. They're locked because you have the owner is the one who has the keys. They're locked, and after you've paid, that's when you are given the key so that you can use them. This is on our way to my place because I'm showing you this because the social amenities are not in one place. They are scattered, so you have to really live close to them so that you can be able to access them. Right now, I am on my way to our place, and we usually have small, like the corridors are usually small. So during the night, this area is not really safe. So people usually equip their doors with metallic doors so that to improve their safety during the night, because this is a pathway and it doesn't have any fence. Also, for source of living, our neighbors usually rear chickens. small scale for their own consumption or or for sale. I'll also take you into our place. Now, we usually live in places called plots. And in these plots, it is basically made of mud and cemented. It's made of mud and cemented outside. Now, it is usually people live in single rooms, and they're partitioned. And you need to have these privacy curtains so that people cannot peek into your house. So I'll just take you in and I'll show you around. Welcome to my place. This is my home, and it's a single room where we partition it. You have this partition curtain, which separates the bed area with the sitting area. And also we have the kitchen area where we usually prepare our meals and do all our cooking here. This area, this is where we study. This is where we take our meals. This is where we do everything. If you want to eat, you eat here. If you want to do your homework, you do them here. And when you want to sleep, you have to take this table and put it near the door. If you have already put it near the door, you sleep down here. You place your mattresses and you sleep down here. This has been my life basically growing up. I have 5 siblings and all 5 of us used to sleep here. This really encouraged me to work hard so that I could uplift my family and get us out of Kibera so that we can at least enjoy good life. And I knew that would only be possible if I continued my education. But also that was a challenge because I could see my parents struggling with their school fees, with my elder siblings' school fees. And luckily for me, I happened to be sponsored to get the Kenya Education Fund scholarship, which enabled me to go to high school. They paid all my school fees. I was not sent home even once for fee arrears. And that really helped me in my studies. And I excelled. I got an airplane and I went to public university, where also Kenya Education Fund again paid for my bridge scholarship in the first year. And I was able to start university really well. I am on my way to uplift my family from this place because of Kenya Education Fund. Because once I am an engineer, I am sure I'll be able to do that. Not very many people get this opportunity. And it's always as alumni who are lucky to get this opportunity. But majority of the kids, you find them, they are not able to get this opportunity. So they drop out of school. And after high school or after primary, they drop out of school. I and the Kenya Education Fund alumni, we are lucky. And we are really grateful and we are really thankful for that. And for those who drop out, you don't know what happens to them because it's not a good area. So it's not like they have to remain here and take life the way it is. So I'm really grateful for Kenya Education Fund and thank you all for coming to our place. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Austin, for that very nice story and for showing us your home. I mean, a home is a private place, and you've taken us through your home. I must say that most of our students, we find them from such places, and that's why KEF is important. So in case you have a question or two, while Austin is still here, maybe you can raise up your hand and we can give you a minute to ask.
If anybody has any question, oh, I see someone with a question. Hold on. Christy, hold on. Christy, let me allow you to unmute yourself. Give me 1 second. I have to, where are you? Okay, I'm asking you to unmute.
Is that working?
Yeah, you're good.
Hi, everybody. Austin, I might have missed it. Where did you actually go to secondary school?
Oh.
Austin, where did you go to high school?
I studied in Masai School It's in Kisumu County.
Mm-hmm. It's a
Yes,
long way from
and it
home.
was very. It's almost 8 hours from my home
Yeah.
to the school.
How was it being that far from home for that? Really, for the first time, probably, huh? When you went to secondary?
Yeah, at first it was really alien because I had never been away from home. And I was this tiny boy who doesn't know anything because he has not been away from home. But you have to persevere and you have to endure because you have gone to read and you have to just focus on your studies because you know where you come from and you know what you want. So it was really interesting because I got to interact with very many people. But at the same time, it was really weird for me because it was my first time being away from my family for a very long time. Thank you.
Thank you. Christy, if you're finished, we could ask, Dale has a question. Are you good,
Absolutely.
Christy?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Austin. Thank you especially for inviting us personally into your home. That was wonderful of you. If you could tell us a little bit about what it's been like the last month or two as people there are adapting to COVID-19, it would be helpful, please.
Okay. Regarding COVID-19, most of people living in Kibera, they are casual laborers and they have small businesses. They are not employed, like they don't have permanent employment. So when COVID hit, very many places closed down, and people were left without jobs because you found construction sites were closed, and you find people are not moving up and about the way they used to, and this really affected us who live in Kibera because we have no salary at the end of the day. You have to work today to get paid. So a lot of the people living here, we had no job. So we had to rely on NGOs who were supporting us. And once in a while, the government supported us, but we relied on NGOs and relief food because almost all of us are not permanently employed. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Austin. Francis, we had one more question in the chat. Could we just address really quickly and then we'll move on?
Yes, sure.
Ricky Cantor asked, Austin, how many siblings do you have and are they being educated right now? Maybe their ages.
Okay. I have 4 siblings, including me, we are 5. I have 2 elder sisters and they were educated through bursaries from the government and fundraising, little fundraising here and there, but they had arrears and they were being sent home. If you have arrears here in Kenya, arrears in school fees, you are sent home. So their life in high school, they were home most of the time. And I was the lucky one. I got sponsored, so I was not sent home. And my other sibling, we are trying to look for bursaries, government bursaries and scholarships. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Austin.
Francis, we have one more hand up. Is it okay? Or do we need to move on?
Yeah, we can give a minute.
Okay, I'm sorry. One more. Let me just ask Gail to unmute herself. Okay.
Hi, Austin. Hi from Miami. I'm just curious,
Hello.
what are your professional plans when you start?
My professional plans.
Yes.
Okay. Currently I'm studying mechanical engineering. So when I finish studying mechanical engineering, definitely I'll get registered. That's my plan, to get registered and start practicing mechanical engineering as a career. And yes.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Austin. And Austin will be with us until the end. So be sure if you still have a question, you can put it on the chat and we'll get back to Austin once at the end. And I'm excited because I'm going to introduce our next guest. whose name is Jacob, a longtime friend of KEF. He's a Maasai pastoralist who resides next to Amboseli National Park. It's a place called Olgulului. It's a very hard name to pronounce even for a Kenyan like me. And he also lives very close to Tanzanian border. Pastoralists are people who keep livestock and often have to move from one place to another in search of pasture and water for their animals. You will be impressed by Jacob's English for someone who did not go to school. The husband of 2 wives and a father of 15 children lives in a traditional Maasai boma. This is basically mud house cemented with cow manure and a semi-permanent 2-room house made of corrugated iron. I must say you will prefer the mud house during the day due to the high temperatures. In this region where Jacobs come from, girl children are not given priority to go to school, and they are normally married off at an early age. One of Jacob's neighbor, Evelyn, who we are going to meet shortly, had been promised for marriage to an old man before she even joined first grade. This means she was going to be a wife by the time she was 12 years old, under the Maasai cultural practices. It is her mother who worked hard to see her go to school without her father's knowledge. She later got a KEF scholarship for high school, and she's currently doing very well for herself. Due to network and connectivity challenges in Jacob's area, we had to pre-record to avoid a challenge on this material day. Jacob is, however, present today, where he is able to join us live after we watch this video. So stay tuned as we introduce Jacob. Jacob.
Hello everyone, my name is Jacob Parit Nomek. This is Amboseli. We are near Amboseli National Park, which is about 160 kilometers from Nairobi, and I'm a pastoralist, and this is my home. Welcome to my home. Yeah, we normally fence this because of protecting our animal from the predators, lion and hyena at night. And this is the main entrance where my cattle passed when they came back from feeding. This is my house. I'm married to 2 wives, and I'm a father of 15 children. And here is where I stay with my family. Here is where my cattle stay at night, and this part is where they could stay. And I'm a friend of KEF. I met Brad Broder through a friend in Nairobi. This is in 2008, and he introduced me to Kenya Education, whereby they asked me to be a volunteer, and we managed to have 40 students from here who applied to Kenya Education, and out of these 40 is my daughter, and he applied to Kenya Education, and he very likely he got a scholarship, and he joined a high school. If it is not of them, I could have not take her to high school, and here he is. So this is my daughter.
Hello everyone, my name is Susan Parit, second year student in the University of Nairobi, pursuing Bachelor of Arts. I'm very grateful to Kenya Education Fund because they gave me a full scholarship in high school, and if it were not for them, I could not have reached this far. And this is my mother, Elizabeth. Thank you, Kenya Education Fund.
And we are very lucky because this here is one of the students from the neighboring village, and is a beneficiary of KEF.
Hello everyone, my name is Evelyn Papa, neighbor Jacob neighbors. Okay, we live nearby. It's not far from here. Okay, I got sponsored by KF through high school. It was the first time that I wore my best shoe ever. And currently, I'm a student at Thika School of Medical, pursuing diploma in community health. Okay, I'll look to be a nurse in future. And now I'm married to an educated man. I'm a mother of 2. If it was not KF, maybe I could be married to an old man. Maybe I could be the 3rd wife. And thank you very much, KF. May God bless KF.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you very much for playing that video for us. Jacob, are you with us? Jacob. Yeah, it is interesting that actually Evelyn knows the guy she was being married off to. He's a 70-year-old guy right now. And well, we were happy to meet her when we visited. Yeah.
I'm just looking for Jacob. Give me 1 second. We're definitely in areas where connectivity is not on our side. Hold on. Jacob. Let's see. Dominic. We may have to come back to Jacob. Hold on. Let's see if we can hear.
I think we may have to come back to Jacob once we hear from him.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so stay on. Dominic, just message me when he comes on.
Okay, sure. You can let me know. So, sorry for that. Jacob is in a very remote place in Amboseli. So, sometimes network is a bit issues there. So I'll take you to Laikipia then. And in Kenya, most of the best schools with good facilities are actually boarding schools. And students have to travel from very far to access them. Most, if not all, are either boys or girls only schools. A typical boarding school in Kenya has classrooms, science laboratories, libraries, some not well equipped, dormitories, and dining areas. This means students have to stay in school for at least 3 months before they go back home. It is good to note that schools are not equal when it comes to facilities, but KEF carefully selected some of the best for our students. This is where KEF come in. Every year we distribute close to 5,000 application forms. A lot of the applicants come from very financially disadvantaged backgrounds. For example, this year we distributed more than 3,600 application forms. And out of these, we only managed to provide scholarship for 90 students only. 90 students doesn't mean we didn't have a lot of other compelling stories, but that's where our resources could have managed. Ndururumo High School is one out of the 150 schools that KEF partners with. We currently have 9 students and around 29 already graduated from this school under KEF scholarship. It is located in Laikipia County and it's a walking distance to the famous Thompson Falls. This place is fairly cold due to the proximity to the Aberdare Mountains. This school is one of the very few that has both genders, but they never get to meet. It is very interesting. This is Ndururumo High School with a population of 1,600. Let's go there. And I will invite the girls. I think the girls who are ready. Mr. Washira.
You're ready?
Yes. Over to you.
My name is Paris Mudhani Ishohe from Nyandarua County, Kinangop Sub-County. I'm from One West and I'd like to pursue a career in aviation.
My name is Grace Jerry Kenya. I'm in Form 2 Middle. I come from Nyandarua County, Kinangop Sub-County, and I would like to partake a career in medicine.
My name is Mary Wambui Wanjiru from Nyandarua County,
Kinangop Sub-County. I'm in 4 East and I would like to pursue a career in home science education.
My name is Elizabeth Wangare Wanjiru. I'm from Nakuru County. I'm in Form 4 Middle and I'd like to pursue a course in nursing. And this is my story. I have grown up in a IDP camp.
You're doing great.
I've grown up in an IDP camp, which was around Nakuru County. I used to live in a home made of tarpaulin, and it was very difficult for my mom to provide for our daily needs due to inconvenience of job. Around our home, there were no schools. This was the situation until the whites visited the area and put up a school to cater for the children around the village. During morning hours, I used to walk to school on foot, and at evening, I was forced to rush back home so as to assist in some house chores in absence of my mom, who had gone to look for menu jobs for the day. It was so sad to me whenever I reach home and the first thing is to be welcomed by insults from my drunkard dad. We used to fetch water far away from our home, and we were also forced to carry a 20-liter jerry can on our backs. My mom is the breadwinner of the family, where she involves herself in part-time jobs. Apart from that, she also involves herself in small-scale farming, where she grows maize and some vegetables for family upkeep. This is my story is a highlight due to unstable background and financial constraints plaguing for KEF scholarship. And I'm so excited to have this chance to thank the KEF for giving us an opportunity to go through high school so as to be productive people in future, not only to benefit ourselves, but the community in large. Thank you.
That was awesome, Elizabeth. At least I can see you had all the courage to speak to strangers, basically. And yeah, so if in case you have any question for Elizabeth, we can reserve a few minutes, because as I mentioned to you, the girls and the boys don't meet at all, yet they're in the same compound. So, so once Zachary, the liaison teacher, is out of here, we won't be able to see the girls. So you must be wondering, KF liaison teachers, we have liaison teachers from each partner schools. And Mr. Zachary Washira, who is currently with the student, is one of the KF liaison teachers who helps with our students' monitoring. And that's why our students do better, because they have a very close touch. So in case you have any question for Elizabeth or the girls, this is your time.
There are any Marilyn, do you have a question? Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay, great. Hold on, coming to you. Give me 1 second, I'll unmute you. Okay, you can unmute now.
Yes, I wanted to ask well, first I want to congratulate the girls for being so enthusiastic about learning. I was a teacher at a girls' school, just like theirs, and I've been to schools in Kenya, just like theirs. And I wanted to ask them what their favorite subject in school is.
Favorite subject. The favorite subject is English.
Can you tell me again?
My favorite subject is English.
Well, you speak very well. Yes.
Thank you. My favorite subject is mathematics.
Yes. Excellent. Also very good.
My favorite subject is mathematics and sciences.
Oh, great. That's terrific.
My favorite subject is theory and languages.
Oh, that's wonderful. And you already speak 3? Would that be your native tongue? Your Kiswahili and English, right?
3 languages.
Wow. That's wonderful. Thank you. Good luck. Study hard.
Thank you, Marilyn, for that question. And while Mr. Washira proceeds to the boys section, we're going to show you a short video that will just give you a perspective of how the school looks like. So can we go to the video, Alison? Thank you.
And then we for some time and see what happens. So where is the water that you see?
Is the largest cubicle in China, although it's very congested because the here is my bed. These are my beds, and the beds are made of metal, and the floor is wooden because, as I said there before, that it is one of the coldest places.
By the way, it's not because the idea is, are you sure that there is something that
This is Madam Dishoye from One West, and this is my class, and these are my fellow pupils. How are you?
Right? Okay, thank you.
Mbona huyu anaboeka? Si unapigwa picha ukisaa? Jamani, shida yako ni nini?
Okay. Thank you very much, Alison, for playing that video. And as I mentioned to you, KF tries to select some of the best schools for our students. And basically, that's how the facilities will look like. And I'm sure you saw boys taking their coffee and bread. Don't be surprised. They have to take it in 10 minutes, yet there are 800 of them. It was like Flash and Ant-Man. So let's go to the boys. I see they are ready. Mr. Washira, you can unmute yourself and introduce the boys. Alison, can you help with the to unmute Mr. Washira?
My name is Isaac Lemayan. I'm in Form 1P. I am from Nakuru County. I would like to pursue automotive engineering in university level.
Hi everyone, my name is Charles Mbasa. I'm from Form 3 now. I want to pursue mechanical engineering in my university. At my university, I come from Naivasha. Hi everyone, I'm Hora Justin Goge from Form 3 South, and I'm also from Nakuru, from Nyandarua. I would like to pursue a course in the university to be an electrical engineer.
Good evening, everybody. Mine is Kelvin Moneki. I'm in Form 4. I hail from Nairobi County in Kenya. And after Form 4, I would like to pursue a career in medicine surgery. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Kamau Harrison Minor. I'm in Dururumo High School in Form 3. I would like to pursue medicine and surgery in my university level and later specialize and become a neurosurgeon. I would like to tell you more about my school. Dururumo High School was established in the year 1952 by the Dutch settlers. It was named Thompson Falls High School. Later in the year 1975, the school was renamed and it became Dururumo High School, the current name. Dururumo High School is located in Laikipia County, Laikipia West constituency, and Nyahururu sub-county. It is just 1 kilometer away from the famous Thompson Falls found in Nyahururu. It has a population of about 1,600 students, 800 being girls and 800 being boys. The school is unique because it is 2-in-1, having both girls and boys, but separate. But even if they are separate, they share some facilities such as administration, the dining hall, sports facilities such like the fields, and many others. Also, the school has unique facilities such as the bakery where we now get our bread. It is not bought from outside. It has a viable farm where we get milk and vegetables taken by the pupils, by the students. The school is one of the 120 schools in the Republic that have the initiative called STEM, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. This initiative is aimed at boosting the students that aspire to pursue science-based courses in their university levels. I chose to come to this school, to join this school in the year 2020 from Kisii High School, although it is a national school, to this extra county school because of its discipline. And as we know, discipline goes hand in hand with good performance academically. The school has good facilities that enable the students to do well in their examinations. And also, the school is good, performs very well, and competes comfortably with other national schools in Kenya. I would like to pursue medicine and surgery and specialize to become a neurosurgeon because I would like to have a better impact in my family and the society at large. I would like to thank you, Kenya Education Fund, for the secondary and high school sponsorship that you give us, because if it were not you, we could not be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Harrison, for that elaborate story about your school. And I know we've had some question on the chat side, and I will take it over to Alison to at least ask 2 questions from the chat side, and then you can proceed to invite our next guest.
Great. Does anybody have questions? If you could raise your hand or do the reaction hand key. I'm just scanning. Ricky, okay, we're coming to you. Hold on. Okay, there you go.
Thank you. Fascinating and beautifully produced. I'm curious about, it's wonderful to see that scholarships are given 50% to women, young women as well as young men. And I'm curious as to how do the pressures of marriage factor into the futures, the professional futures of the young women? And of course I recognize there are lots of different places, lots of different cultures and tribes, so I obviously know one answer, but I'm curious as to how you see the whatever is customary in terms of age of marriage play into the careers, and are the women able to keep their professional aspirations if they also wish to marry sometime after high school or college, like any young person? Thank you.
Thanks, Ricky. I don't know who best to answer that question. Brad?
I think maybe if we go to Jacob, Jacob may be able to answer that about his own daughter and about marriage within the Maasai culture.
Okay, that's a great idea. Okay, Ricky, hold on. So Francis, can we go to Jacob now? Is he?
Yes.
He's in the room. Great. Awesome.
Jacob.
Let me see. Tell me where you are, Jacob. I'm looking for you. Oh, I see you. Hold on. Here we go. Give me 1 second. I'm going to help you unmute. Hold on. Okay. I'm asking you to unmute, Jacob. Tell me if you see the button on the screen.
Jacob, finya hiyo button ya ku unmute.
Yes.
Great.
Power.
Yeah.
So, hi everyone.
Hey.
I'm in Amboseli, and I'm also ready to show you my place. And I'm ready also to ask about how the marriages goes, because we come along a girl who was to be married. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, tunakusikia. We can hear you.
Okay, so we come along at a girl who is Josephine Doki, who was ready to be married. Ready to be married, and then the Kenya Education recompensate to pay the dowry back to the father, and then we send the girl to school. So if it is not of Kenya Education, so many people, especially in the Masai community, could have been married off. But since I met Brad Broder and introduced me to Kenya Education, we now have a very good backup to send our girls to school, and because we have where we can rescue them. So, and this is my home in Amboseli. So this is the house, which is made of cow dung. I don't know whether you guys can see it. And these are the sheep which are already come from feeding, and they are.
Jacob,
Yeah.
we can only see your face. Are you
Okay,
able
so-
to change the camera? Yeah.
So you can see the sheep and goats. I mean, they are from feeding. This is a small pen where they stay at night. It's a very big village whereby the cattle are now coming from grazing. The young boys are bringing them. So this is how big is the village. This is a very big village. So you can see how it's settled, and this is where the cattle sleep at night. And the small calf are there waiting for their mothers to give them milk. So that is it. This is all about the village. So welcome.
Okay, thank you, Jacob. In case you have any question for Jacob, before he disappears again, we can ask now. You can just raise your hand and Alison will let you in. So Jacob, just stay on in case somebody has a direct question to you.
Sawa.
I see Tobias, but do we feel like Ricky's question was addressed? I was doing some.
Maybe I can reiterate. Jacob, it's Brad. Thank you so much for being here with us today and for explaining about women and marriage. So do you feel that somebody like your daughter who has finished high school, now she has more choices about who she will marry and what she will do for a living?
Yes, because I gave my daughter a chance to go to school, and he will be able to choose whom he's going to marry to after his schooling. Then that will be it will be her choice. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Jacob.
Yeah, and Jacob, there in Amboseli,
Yes.
not your family, but the other families in Amboseli, do girls experience pressure to get married early?
Some
when they are young?
some families, especially the girls, experience early marriage, but after we get some people, some people who can assist us to give scholarship, and also we have some NGOs who are getting into the Masai community. We have FIDA, which is actually focusing on girl child, and we are trying to at least try to empower the girls, so we have an opportunity to be able to take girls to school, but it is still happen in some areas.
Okay, thank you very much for those answers. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Jacob for you, and now I'll take you to Alison.
Oh, thank you. Francis, can we do one more question with Tobias for Jacob before he leaves?
Yes, we can.
Okay, Tobias, hold on, we're coming to you. Can you unmute Tobias? Perfect.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Alison, for the opportunity. I've been really yearning to learn as well. As Jacob has shared, maybe a question to Jacob. I also come from a community, the Maasai community, that's from Kajiado County, where women are really suffering and our young girls because of early marriages. Maybe how do you handle from Amboseli? How do you handle such cases? Because in Kajiado, in Namanga, where I come from, the same challenges are still there, and we really experience, like for us, the men are able to go to school, but our young ladies, because of early marriages, they get married, forced marriage at around 12 years. It's a little bit of a challenge. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tobias. I believe Jacob had answered that question partially, but in case you want to reinforce what you had shared, Jacob.
Yes, there is a way that you can try to help them. It is like when you open up and come out of your mask and try to show them that there's a way, not only being married off when they're young. This is by use as a volunteer. You can use the local chief, and also you can be able to report an early married girl. Especially there is feeder, which provide girls child, protect them from being married off. And then after you do that, you can be able, even the girls themselves can also come to you and try to rescue themselves. So that is the only way that you can use as a volunteer in order to help the girl's child.
Thank you very, very much, Jacob. And I think Tobias can also look for you once he's able to come all the way to Amboseli, and then you can share ideas on how you can empower the girl child. So now, Alison, I'll give you this moment to introduce to us our next guest, and then we get to hear from that guest. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis. So I'm very excited to introduce this next person to you. 14 years ago, I met Brad Broder through Samantha and Brandon Rigoli, and he told my husband and I all about Kenya Education Fund, and my family signed up to sponsor a student. Brad matched our family with a first-year high school student named Winnie Okello. And for the 4 years that Winnie was in high school, she did not have access to a phone or a computer. So we hand wrote letters to each other. We would print out our photos in CVS. My kids would draw pictures. Winnie would write back with details about school and her life, and she would draw her own pictures and send them to us. Back then, sometimes it took 3 months for us to get our letters back and forth to each other. But the good news is KEF has greatly improved that, that time transmission now, and it's much, much quicker. When Winnie got to college, she had access to computers and we were able to email, making our communication a lot more efficient. Soon after she graduated from nursing school, my business partner, Alison Qualter-Berna, who's on this call, was traveling to Kenya, and Craig and I asked if she could deliver a tablet to Winnie for us. Recording stopped. When they met, they WhatsApped me, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning, our time. I set my alarm. I was on a business trip at my friend Jill Littman's house, who's also on this call. And that WhatsApp call was the first time that Winnie and I saw each other's faces and heard each other's voices. And ever since that point, there's really been no stopping us. We text and video chatted nonstop. And 3 years ago, my family had the opportunity to go to Kenya to meet Winnie in person. We spent 2 weeks together. We visited her in her home in Kibera. We met her whole family, except for her oldest brother, Fred. We got to see the high school that she went to, and we visited her. Oh, sorry, that's a picture of the first moment that we met in person. And we got to visit her where she works today. I could not be prouder to introduce you to Winnie right now. She is currently in Nairobi, working in her dream career as a nurse at New Life Home Trust. She cares for abandoned and vulnerable children until they're able to find families of their own. If you could see her in her element, you would know that's exactly what she was born to do. If that wasn't incredible enough, she's also mom to the most adorable baby on the planet. So I think Winnie is utterly amazing in every way. And I'm so grateful that she's actually here with us today, except that she came in as Bradley Broder, and I told her I would rename her screen. So I'm trying to find her right now. Winnie, 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 where are you? So I could go to you. Winnie, if you unmute and start talking, your face will pop up on the screen and I could change your name. Let's see. Where are you? Oh, do I see you? Oh, I see you, Winnie. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold the phone. Hold on. I see her. Oh, I just muted you. Can you unmute yourself again, Winnie? Sorry, I unmuted you.
Hello, everyone. I'll give my colleague here to help me out. Just turning the camera. Everyone is seeing me? Hi, everyone. My name is Winnie. I'm a fourth born in the family of 7 children, 3 girls and 2 boys. Oh, 3 boys, sorry, 3 girls and 4 boys. I'm the 4th one. I want to take opportunity to thank you all for joining us this evening. For those who are in Kenya and for those who are in America, I know it's morning for you. Now, I've been a KEF student since 2008, and now I am alumni. I really want to thank the KEF family this far. My story with KEF began when I was joining Form 1, when my family was really financially struggling. In my family, when we started schooling, like our firstborn, my first brother, when he joined school, he never completed the school because we lacked school fees. So as he was going on, my second-born sister joined in Form 1. He was still in high school. So he decided that since our parents were struggling financially, he will drop out of school so that my second-born sister will continue with school. As she continued, when she was in Form 3, again, school fees become challenging. And my brother was also joining Form 1. My third-born brother was also joining Form 1. So my sister sacrificed and said, I will drop out so that my brother could go to school. My brother was very bright. During his high school, we were also struggling. My parents could not pay fees because my mom she does more small-scale business. My dad was a casual traveler, so he could not provide so much for our family. Like, we look upon my mother like she was the backbone, and we really depended on her more than our dad. So she struggled through the government funds. She tried, and through church support, my third-born brother managed to finish high school. When he just finished high school, I had finished my class 8 and I was waiting to join Form 1. So it was a struggle for me to join Form 1. And during that time, when people were joining Form 1, I was just at home. I had no hope because my mom had told me, you see, like, your brother has struggled going through high school. So it was tough. And she told me that for you, it will not have anyone coming on board to support you. In these slums, you know, the way it is, maybe you could get married to anyone who would have money and they could support your parents with a little money. So the parents, they could see that that person is worth you. But during this struggle, when people were just going to second term, I was still there waiting, and hopefully there was this teacher that she was my headmistress back in primary. And she told me, like, you passed your exams, because I really had passed in our area. I was the top girl. So she told me, Winnie, you passed. You can see me tomorrow, bring me the papers. So after I went and saw her, she connected me to the Kenya Education Fund, Mr. Dominic. And then from there, he told me to apply. After applying for the scholarship, after some time, he called me back and gave me a big envelope. I can remember that day. And told me that first he looked at me and just said and told me, congratulations, we are taking you for scholarship. I could not believe it. I was so happy because I had a dream, but I had already lost hope, and I knew that my dream had come to an end. At that time, I was really hoping I would become a nurse, and I was really telling my mom, like, what I was really dreaming of will just end here. My mom told me, if it's God willing, someone may come on board and help you. And if it's God willing that this is your end, that's what we can do. But fortunately, KF came in and supported me. I was really very happy, and I never expected that I was the happiest on this planet. Again, during this years, they supported me through high school. I never went back home for school fees. I never lacked anything. And through this, I went for my nursing school for 3.5 years in Kenya Medical Training College. I trained as a nurse. After that, I joined New Life Home Trust. It is a children's home. It is based in Kenya, Kilimani area in Nairobi. It's a children's home that rescues abandoned children that some have been left in the hospital, some have been just thrown maybe in the dustbin, in the trash, they've been left there by their parents to die. But we come in and rescue them. We take care of them. We have our pediatricians. They have to check on this baby and give instruction. And as a nurse, I'll follow the doctor's instructions to take care of these babies and make them feel well. And also we provide for the babies, we also try to find them homes. Some have been adopted. We try to find them homes that they can be loved and given care that they lack, that their parents did not give them. We really love these babies and we take them as our own. I am really passionate about nursing. It was my mother's dream and she was my role model in becoming a nurse. I can remember when we were young. My mother she's a traditional midwife. Like she just had the knowledge how to deliver women. So sometimes the neighbors, someone would just be passing along the way and they're in labor and someone would just say them, there's a woman here who can do deliveries. And they will just pop out in our home and we'll be there like, you have to help this woman. There's no way she could go, maybe even in the middle of the night. And they'll just hide somewhere and see what my mother would do. She always tried to chase me away, stop looking at these women. And I will tell them, Mom, I want to see what you're doing. I want to hold this baby someday the way you do. I want to be the first one to hold them. Can I just let me see what you're doing? With this slowly, my mom gave up on me because she would tell me to go away and I will really come back and start seeing what she do. So she will deliver the mother and I will help her carry the baby. I was really passionate about nursing. I wanted to do this thing. And I was so much into children. It came as a passion. And I'm really grateful to KF that brought up my dream. They turned me from zero to a hero. And today I am where I am because of KF. If it was not for KF, if it was not for them connecting me to Alison Schlanger, today I don't know where I would have been. Maybe I would have been married off to someone drunkard. I would have been a nobody. But thanks to KF, I'm so grateful. I'll never be thankful enough for this far that they have brought me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Winnie. And Winnie wanted to share her experience while showing us where she works, but currently it is impossible. So I think we had a short video of what Winnie does, and that was really good. These are the success stories we keep hearing as KF staff and also the board members when our students come back and they tell us, oh, I made it. So yeah, Alison, over to you.
I have the video, Winnie's video.
Okay. Now, this is the isolation room where all new babies are being admitted immediately they came in. They don't mix with other babies until they are seen by the pediatrician. They also stay at least for 10 days until they are tested for COVID and proven negative so that they can join the other babies. Okay, here we have a portable oxygen in case we have a baby with a problem and we need to transport her to the hospital and needs admission. We also have oxygen on the walls. So we also give for the babies who we take care of here. We have the incubators for very small babies, the prematures, and those who need phototherapy.
Awesome. I see a hand up. I don't know if it's a question directed to Winnie or it's from the previous interaction.
Yeah.
But we can allow 2 questions before we proceed.
Thanks, Francis. So I see a question. The person is still named Bradley Broder. Do you have is that a person who has a question? I'm trying to unmute you.
Yeah.
Mysterious Bradley Broder. I'm trying to unmute you. Is that who you see, Francis?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. So does anyone else have a question?
There's a question in the chat from Nicole Lawrence. What is the name of where Winnie works?
Thanks, Nicole. Wait, Winnie, I'm unmuting you again.
Okay, the home where I work is called New Life Home Trusts. New Life Home Trusts.
Thank you, Winnie.
Great.
You're amazing. Oh, Marilyn, do you have a quick question? I'm unmuting you. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to a comment and then a question, then a comment, or in the reverse order. First of all, Winnie, I just want to tell you, yes, KEF made this possible for you, but you made it possible because of your great drive and your intelligence and your energy and your ambition and your great heart in what you did for your brothers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you on behalf of the world. I wanted to know, were your brothers ever able to complete their educations?
Okay, my elder brother and my second born sister never completed their school. They never completed their school. Wherever they were left, just as they were leaving for the other sibling to go ahead, sacrificing for them. That's how it went, because later they tried, but they were very old to go back to school.
I see.
So they never, because we were having financial problems. So it was not possible for them to go back to school, because when my third born brother, he was supported through high school by church and the government funds for him to complete high school.
Thank you. That emphasizes again how critical and how important the support of KEF was in your life, and again how wonderful it is what you've done with the resources that you that were made available to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Winnie.
Thank
you. That was incredible. There's another hands up. So from Craig.
Hold on, Craig, I'm unmuting you.
I don't have a question. I just wanted to say hi, Winnie, and you look amazing. And I think everyone on the Zoom is for sure going to sponsor someone. I mean, how could they not? But it's great to see you. I feel like we're back in Kenya. That's how great this Zoom was. It's amazing. But you look great. I can't wait to see you soon.
Thank you. That is my dad.
What a reunion today. Thank you so much, Craig.
Okay, love you, Winnie.
Thank you.
Is there another question from Alison?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm adding to what Craig said. I just wanted to say hi to Sweet Winnie and also talk about Craig and Allison for 1 second, because I don't know if everybody knows that Winnie's baby's named Allison after Allison Schlanger, and this is really a testament to the power of KEF. I've been sponsoring a child for 4 years thanks to the Schlangers, and it has changed my kids' life and understanding of the country and the impact it can have. It's such a small difference they're making, but it's a big difference to one person. And Winnie and Allison and Craig's relationship and Winnie's relationship with their kids is a testament to that. This is a beautiful soul. And I just wanted to say I miss you, Winnie, and thank you. And thank you, Allison and Craig, for inviting us all into such an incredible, incredible country. And thank you, Brad, for starting this amazing foundation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Allison.
And I know there's somebody who is asking if Winnie will visit US soon. We hope it's gonna be possible. I'm sure she has tried before.
We have tried. We have
Yes.
tried. Brad has tried to help us. Dominic has tried to help us. It's complicated. We've tried. And
Yeah, it's something to do with teachers and nurses in the country. Yeah. So I don't know. I know Winnie's story has raised a lot of reaction, and there's someone again called Bradley Broder with her hand up.
I'm unmuting her.
Okay.
Okay. Bradley? Not the real Bradley, but the Bradley
there's
who
a
has her
hands
hand up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Can you unmute, please?
I don't know how to get her to. Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Hi everyone. Hi Bradley. Hi Dominic. Hi Winnie. Hi everyone. It's Arlene Serlin. I've been trying to change the name from Bradley Broder, which is a very nice name, Bradley, but it's Arlene Serlin. I'm proud to say that my husband and I were the very first supporters of a young lady named Amina Ayub Sendaka. And she is almost 22 years old. And we have been the proud sponsor of this young lady, which it changed her life. It changed our life. It warmed our hearts. We're still very much in touch. She is my Kenyan daughter. And we're just so proud to be a part of the Kenya Education Fund and let it go for many, many years and change many lives. It's just a warm and wonderful feeling to sponsor somebody and help them, and it helps their whole family. So good kudos to you, Bradley Broder and Dominic. It's just fantastic. Keep up the good work. Bye-bye.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Nice
Arlene.
listening.
We have a little surprise for you in a couple minutes.
Thank you, Arlene.
Stay on.
Yeah. Now, as you all know, every bus has a driver, and KF has been driven by two gentlemen since it was started. And I can't say much about these two gentlemen. I would like them to tell us themselves. So I'm going to take you where KF started in Loitoktok, where we are going to meet Mr. Dominic Mwasia. Mwasia, karibu.
Thank you very much, Francis. Once again, this is Dominic Mwasia, a country director and co-founder, Kenya Education Fund. I am joining you from Loitoktok. I'm inside the sub-district hospital, which is about 4 hours southwest of Nairobi. And I am here because this is where I was working 21 years ago, maybe 21, 22 years ago. It's also the same place where I met Bradley Broder, who came here as an American Peace Corps. And because he was a health volunteer, we started working together, doing a lot of things together, like health education, school sanitation, HIV training. We also became friends. And both of us were very lucky because we were housed by the hospital. That's where the hospital is. If I can just point it to you. It's right there. Let me change the view a bit. There you are. So that's where the hospital is. And this is where we lived. So that's my house down there. And the next one that I'm going to show you is where Brad used to live. So we were not only friends and colleagues, but we were also neighbors. So in the year 2004, Brad came back to visit. We met in Nairobi. I had since left this place. And we came back to visit. And it is during that time when he came to visit that one of our neighbors who lived next to Brad actually approached him for financial support so that she could be able to send her kids to a better school. And lucky enough, Brad had the money at the time. And I understood the school system. So we were able to enroll our first student at the time, who is Amina, sponsored by Arlene and Richard Salin. You've just met them. And today we are very lucky because Amina is here with us. Amina?
Hello everyone, my name is Amina Fatima. I'm from Manchester, and this is where we actually were used to live. And this was Brad's house. So Brad was actually our next door. That's where we actually watched and I've been with the KFC and I recently graduated from University of Agriculture and Technology, pursuing purchasing and supply.
Dominic, it's a bit windy there. We are missing a few words from Amina.
Hello, can you hear me?
Just a minute, Francis. Say something. Francis, can you hear? Francis?
I can hear you. Can Amina say something?
Can you hear me?
Not really well. Brad, Alison, can you hear Amina?
No, we can't hear her. Sorry.
Okay, just a minute.
But she's getting beautiful messages from people in the chat.
Hey, Dominic,
so
maybe let her hold your phone and talk into the phone.
Yeah.
So this was Brad's house. We have other people living there. And next to Brad's was Amina's house. So they were next door neighbors.
Can you hear me?
Can hear you perfectly now.
Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll start now. So my name is Amina Mwajuma. I'm from Loitoktok, and this is where we actually lived. That was our house back then. And then this was Brad's house back then. So we were like next door neighbors. So that's where I got to know him before he started KEF. So I've been with KEF since 2005 until I graduated from my university. And I was in Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, pursuing purchasing and supplies management. I recently just graduated and I'm now working with a manufacturing company. So I would like to extend my gratitude to the KEF family, especially Dominic Mosia and Bradley Brodler. But most importantly, I would like to extend my gratitude to my sponsors, Arlene Salin and Richard Salin. They are among the first sponsors, and what I can see is that I'm really glad that they came to my life and they have helped me a lot. And all I can see is that I'm grateful. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. This was our first student, and as you have seen, when the conversation started, it was not really about starting an organization. It was about Brad and myself helping a neighbor, which we thought was the right thing to do at the time. So 14 years since we got registered, about 3,600 young Kenyans have gone through the Kenya Education Program, and they have graduated and proceeded to becoming people in the society, sustaining and supporting themselves and their families. And we realized a long time ago that it was not enough to just take a student to a good school and pay their fees. So we introduced other auxiliary programs like mentorship, like life skills, career readiness. And as a result of that, 92% of our students are able to transition to the next levels, to tertiary institutions. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen from all over the world, for joining us during this tour. And we look forward to having you in the next one. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dominic, for that tour. I've never been there. I've been to Loitoktok like 3 times, but I've never experienced that. So, and you wanted to introduce someone else for just a few minutes. I can give you.
Yes, I actually wanted to fly everyone to New York to meet Bradley Broder, but before we do so, I would ask that we make a quick stop in Kilifi to meet a friend of the Kenya Education Fund by the name Jennifer Grimm. Jennifer, say a word or two. Jennifer, are we on? We probably might have to come back. Maybe over to you, Brad.
Thank you, Dominic. Thank you so much. Oh my God, it's so good to see Loitoktok and to see my old stomping grounds, my old house where I lived for 2 years. Ooh. Yeah, I felt lucky to live in that house. I had great neighbors. Anyway, I want to thank everybody so much. We're just about to wrap up this virtual tour of Kenya, but first I want to thank Allison Schlanger, who has been the best board member ever. I want to thank Dominic and all the staff in Kenya who have really put together an amazing tour for us today. I want to thank all the students and alumni who joined us today and shared their stories. I was so inspired and touched and moved, and I hope you were too. There were a lot of volunteers who helped us out today. I want to thank Lisa O'Leary. I want to thank Jennifer Thomas and Jennifer Grimm. A lot of people worked hard on this, and I want to thank you for joining us today, for being here, for contributing to KEF, and for helping change lives in Kenya for the better through education. My name is Bradley Broder, and I started KEF with Dominic about 14, 15 years ago when actually it was Richard Serlin and Arlene Serlin who knew I was coming to Kenya, and they gave me a $100 bill right before my trip. And they said, I don't know what you're gonna do with this, but I'm sure it's gonna be something good. And the whole trip, I was there for like 3 weeks, and the whole time this $100 was burning a hole in my pocket. I didn't know what to do with it until I got to Loitoktok, and Amina, who you just met, her mother, asked me if I can help out with Amina's school fees and send her to a good school. So I gave her that $100, and thus began KEF. And if it wasn't for Dominic, none of this would be possible. Dominic has been a great partner and really the driving force between for the growth and success of KEF. And all of our staff in Kenya, we have 10 staff out there who run all of our programs, and they're doing a fantastic job, and they're changing lives. And really, that's the essence. That's what makes KEF different from other organizations, is that we invest in people. We don't try to create dependency. We try to create self-reliance, self-sufficiency through education. And you are helping us do that. And so I think Kenya and these people who are helping can improve their own country and take it where they want to go if we continue to invest in their education locally, invest in them, human capacity, human capital, and their hopes and dreams. And that's what we're doing. And that's what you saw here today. And I want to thank you so much for being with us today. And I would love to answer any questions you have for me right now. And once again, thank you for joining us and for staying on this long. Right after the Q&A, I'm going to jump into the raffle for the headphones, the Power Beats headphones. But if you have any questions first, I'd love to answer them.
I see a thumbs up from Melanie. I don't know if that's a question or just a thumbs up. Oh, it is a question. Okay, great. Wait, Melanie, I'm coming to you. Hold on. The chat box is in my way. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Alison. Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, sorry. I'm unmuting Melanie.
Hi, Melanie.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh my God, I am so overwhelmed by this morning, and I'm so happy that a client of mine canceled so that I could join. Brad, you and Allison, and I can't thank Craig Paslov and Scotty enough for introducing me to Allison and Craig Schlanger like this week so that I could participate in this. So I have one question for you guys. You mentioned that in the chat room, and I don't see a chat room in my Zoom, but you mentioned that there's a GoFundMe page. Can you please tell us all, where do we find it? Because this work is just so amazing, and I'm sure that we all want to participate in your success.
Thank you. Yes, we could certainly share the GoFundMe page with you. But do we have your email and contact information? If you want to stay on after, we can get it if we don't already have it.
Yes.
We have it. Okay. Yeah. So we'll send you all that. Thank you so much, Melanie. We're so happy you were on.
So happy, Melanie. Thank you.
Thanks. I see Vanessa
I see
has her
Vanessa.
hand.
Yeah, I'm asking to unmute Vanessa.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hi. First of all, I just want to say thank you as well. This has been eye-opening, and I'm really impressed with everything. The students are incredible, and without a doubt, my family is going to support some students. In fact, I actually went onto the website while we were talking, and I had the idea that I have 3 children, and so I would like to sponsor a student for each of them so that they can have a relationship with them, and over the next 4 or 5 years, and communicate with them the way that the Schlangers have with Winnie. It's really impressive, and I would love to do that for them. My question is, how do you find your students, especially the ones that live in more rural areas? I think you said you had somebody like liaisons who suggest them, but it was based on need and merit. So I was just wondering how you find the majority of your students.
Yeah, that's a great question. Our application is free to everybody in Kenya. We have an application form for our scholarships, and you can get it via email, or you can get a hard copy. And these application forms are free. So they get distributed all over Kenya through our partnership schools, through volunteers like Jacob, through alumni, and they just get distributed to anybody who wants them, who requests them. And we have a deadline for the application submission. And then those applications are reviewed here in the United States by a group of volunteers who go through like so many applications and try to weed out the good ones from the bad ones, the ones that through the application form we think they'll really succeed in high school. We look at their transcripts from 8th grade and 7th grade and stuff like that. And then we make a short list based on reading those thousands of applications. And we invite students in Kenya for an interview to verify what they said in their application forms, to verify their economic situation, and to make sure they are who they say they are. And that is how we do like the second round of weeding out. And then depending on our budget and how many sponsors we have, we enroll a certain number of students. And so that's basically the process. Does that answer your question?
Oh yeah, sorry, I couldn't unmute there. Yes, it does. Thank you. So, and how many students do you get per year? Is that based on how many people sponsor?
Yeah, pretty much. So we try to predict how many sponsors we're going to have each year and how much money we're going to be able to raise throughout the year. And because by the start of the school year, we have to have all these students enrolled. And so, we work within our budget. This year, we're able to enroll 90 ninth grade students who we've given 4-year boarding scholarships to. And so we're still looking for more sponsors like you. If you want to sponsor 3 students, that is incredible. And that would really help us, help those students stay in school and connect them with you and your kids. And that bridge, that cultural connection through letter writing and stuff like that is invaluable. And it's something that it's going to stay with them their whole lives. So that's amazing. And anybody else who would like to sponsor out there, we have so many students who would love to be sponsored by you. So please consider it. And if you don't want to be a sponsor, you can also just contribute to KEF. Any amount helps us keep kids in school, helps us provide workshops for our students, career guidance, and other programs that really kind of bolster the formal education that they get.
Thanks so much, Brad. I know I'm so grateful that people stayed on this long, and I know we need to let people go and you need to do the raffle. There were 2 other questions in the chat. One was how many students we have from the Maasai community, and also if you sponsor a student, do you get to meet them? I think the question was from my friend Jill. Do you get to meet the student and choose, like, how do you get matched with a student? So I don't know if you could cover both of those quickly, and then we could move to the raffle and let all these generous people get back to the.
Usually we match a student and sponsor randomly. A sponsor could say, oh, I'd like to sponsor a girl or I'd like to sponsor a boy, but we don't provide photos and choices for you to pick which one you want to pick. It's basically a randomly matched student with the sponsor. And the first question, I'm sorry, what was Allison?
How many students we have from the Maasai community?
Currently, I'm not sure how many students are Maasai. Maasai are part of are nomadic, and so there's 2 kind of cultures, broad cultures in Kenya. One is nomadic, and the other is non-nomadic, or people who farm. So the nomadic people, they are not sedentary. They don't have a permanent homestead, and they graze their cattle wherever they're always moving. And the Maasai are considered nomadic, and so our overall makeup of nomadic versus non-nomadic students reflects the percentage of the population in Kenya that is nomadic. So our makeup is about 17-18% nomadic versus non-nomadic, and that is sort of how the country is comprised. But specifically Maasai, I couldn't tell you offhand. We can find out that information and let you know afterwards. But I also want to respect everybody's time and get to the raffle. So without further ado, I'm going to share a screen and spin a wheel, and we're going to raffle off. Allison, could you make, stop. Okay. Oh, stop sharing. Okay, give me this. Thank you. All right, here we go. All right, can everybody see the spin wheel? This has everybody's name in it who has donated $100 or more to this campaign. And I'm going to click it and spin it, and we'll see who the winner is. The winner is Betsy Hildebrandt. Congratulations, Betsy. All right, fabulous. Thank you. Okay, Betsy, I will be in touch with you and get your mailing information and send you that prize very soon. So thank you very much to everybody. I really appreciate everybody being on this call, everybody who made today possible. Allison, thank you. Jacob, thank you. Francis, Dominic, Amina, Lisa, everybody who joined the call. You guys are amazing. You're a godsend. Thank you so much. Please be in touch with us if you have questions afterwards, and keep safe, everybody. Thank you. Good night or good day or goodbye, wherever you are in Kenya or the US. Have a great day.